What up, friends? I am Geoff Fienberg here with you, breaking down more of this week's PGA Tour action. Charles Schwab Classic, Charles Schwab Challenge. Honestly, I'm not really sure, but I love Colonial Country Club. It is a classic, old school golf course that sets up for all, I should say skill sets, but game types. All game types can have optimal success here at Colonial. Makes building an outright card quite fun. Yeah, so we had fun doing that. We made the bulk of our card yesterday. That video is out there. Please go find it on the Odds Checker YouTube page or on this Odds Checker webpage already. My picks are around. You go see them in this article, what have you. We made 4 outright selections yesterday, ranging from 30 to 70 to 1. And we got to say, that Joaquin Niemann number keeps tumbling. I was able to get a piece of that early out of the gate number on Monday, but I came back yesterday and still played a bit of the 30 to 1 with you guys. I'm still about it. And now it's essentially, I mean, it could creep under 25 to 1 by the time we get off. Maybe that's scary. Das Wonder Kid, as I like to call him, a little too popular, but he headlined my 4-man card yesterday. So go check that out. We'll get right into it. Like, sub, comment. Tell me which prop you like this week. All that fun stuff. I do have another outright pick. It is from shorter up the board. I guess we will save it for last. Hopefully it is the best for last. We'll see. We'll see. Anyway, let's get the props going. I've split this one up. Sergio Garcia, I can tell you, hyper tempted to make the outright on Sergio at 70 to 1, which I think is just a fantastic number when you consider what Sergio has been going off at lately, especially in big events. Sergio, he's a complete joke in major championships. I think he's made 1 cut since he's won the Masters. He has become a ceremonial golfer in major championships. It's turning into actually quite a sad scene. Let's be perfectly honest. But we are ready to support Sergio. A top 20 at plus 300 at Resorts Casino. A top 40 at plus 100 at DraftKings. DraftKings Sportsbook introducing those top 40s. Yeah, I don't know. I find those quite attractive, to be honest. And for this week, we're playing Sergio Garcia. Little bit of a run of missed cuts, but there has been really good play in there as well. We saw just a couple weeks ago in Texas, he had a fabulous first round. He pretty much pulled like a quasi full Keegan, which is, well, he wasn't the first round leader, but a full Keegan is when you're the first round leader and then you subsequently miss the cut, or at any point are really flirting with the first round lead and then somehow by Friday afternoon you've missed the cut. What happened to him at the Byron was very strange, but apparently it was his first event back stateside since going overseas to introduce his new baby to his family. So maybe we can give him some apologies there. But there have been really strong results. A win at the Sanderson right out of a miscut at a major. So we're ready to see a strong week again from Sergio. I'm talking to him like I'm betting him outright. I feel like maybe I should at the 70 to 1 using that odds checker grid. High number, but plus 300 for the top 20, plus 100 even money for the top 40. You can maybe consider it a bailout, but I did see really good things early on at the Byron Nelson. He had a fancy little match play in Texas. Texas courses have been real kind to Sergio. He's won at Colonial. I don't want to go too far back. A nice little run at the Players. So there's enough there for me to overlook some of the bad that has happened, especially at a really high watermark number at a course that suits Sergio. I spend too much time on Sergio, so maybe we need to move off that. We should go in order of my notes or just in order. We'll be quick with this one. Chris Kirk, top 20, plus 250. Also available at Resorts Casino when using the odds checker grid. We're going back to Chris Kirk helping us pay for our outright losing picks by taking care of us in the prop market. This time it's Chris Kirk plus 250. Again, the books were really off on Kirk. Credit to oddchecker.com US's Sam Eaton pointing out of the gate on Twitter yesterday or on Monday morning that there were 125 to 1s on Chris Kirk using that odds checker grid. Now it's essentially between 50 and 70 to 1. So his number just evaporated, or clearly a mistake made early. But you use that grid, you can find those mistakes and those discrepancies. That's why we love Odds Checker, and shout out to Sam for that, for seeing that early in the week. So we're going to play the Kirk plus 250 for the T20. He'll take care of us. Charlie Hoffman plus 110 over Brian Harman. I have Hoffman over Hoffman here, and I got really confused for a moment. That didn't make any sense. So I quickly had to recall. No, that was Brian Harman. I've bet money against Brian Harman. Maybe a dangerous time to be stepping in front of Brian Harman, but we got Charlie Hoffman on the outright card, so I don't really need to explain how confident I am in him this week. You can go watch that outright video I posted yesterday. Harman's playing great. Hoffman's playing great. I'm taking the plus money here. I'm taking the plus money. Charlie Hoffman is a stone cold form player who continues after a really slow start, finished T17 this last week, and continues to pump out consistent top end results for us in the last couple months, over a month. So form player Hoffman, we're going to ride that. We're stepping in front of Charlie Hoffman. And I can tell you, this one might seem sneaky, but if you watch the Pat Mayo experience, my partner in crime was all over this. We played a little guessing game, and I got there. It was my second guess, but we are going with the Maverick McNeely plus 600 top 20. This is as low as plus 450 when using the odds checker grid. So we're going to find that high water mark of plus 600 for a top 20 for Mav McNeely. The guy makes less than half of his cuts. What are you talking about, Fienberg? Well, despite only making 4 of 10 cuts, the guy's got 2 top 10s in there. Crazy, right? And they're both at the exact, very similar profile course. Small Greens, Pebble Beach, Heritage, they really do work about short courses, very old courses. Small Greens have really led to the high watermark success of Maverick McNeely this year. Top 10s at Heritage, at Pebble Beach. They have those profiles. I don't know what it is about this profile, but it's all Mav McNeely. And I'm going to ride or die Mav McNeely in the DFS games this week at his cheap price. Clearly, clearly we think there's something happening there with Mav McNeely in these on these profile type courses. They certainly work for Mav. And last but not least, we are throwing an outright on here. It came down to 3 people. Patrick Reed. I always feel rich when Patrick Reed wins. I love him so much. I do. Tony Finau. Seeing Tony Finau on that odds checker grid, getting to 24 to 1. I really think Finau's going to have an outstanding week. Love to find a way to be investing in Finau. And I'm crazy enough that I'll probably miss the Finau win because I am betting on Abraham Answer, guys. I have bet Abraham Answer 22 to 1 on the odds checker grid. Texas golf always seems to suit Answer, the Mexican, I guess currently the Texas native, but let's just see. He had the round of the week on Sunday at the PGA Championship. He has landed in 3 straight top 10 finishes and has led the field in strokes gained total stats over the last 6 events. I'm still in awe at what he did at Wells Fargo, finishing a stroke behind Rory McIlroy while playing in what might end up being one of the largest Thursday-Friday wave discrepancies of the season. I believe it flirted with 2 strokes. When the season's over and we look at all of the wave discrepancies, the larger ones, it's going to be like a T3, top 3 wave discrepancy of the season. And what Abe Answer was willing to do, I'm just on this train right now. I'm on this train. Do I wish it was a couple more points? Yes, absolutely. But then you see Corey Connors is 25, and I think Connors is hella alive here. As I mentioned, there might have been other guys in this range that I am picking ahead of him or would have probably leaned ahead of him. But like, how much farther is this board going to get? Neiman is now dropped to 25. So as crazy as it seems, the Answer 22 has kind of felt more appealing to me as the week has gone on. That's me. I'm Geoff Fienberg. Like, sub, comment, all that fun stuff. And don't forget, support our new podcast at oddschecker.com. US. Beat the odds, available on all your favorite podcast platforms. Do us a favor, sub to that. I should take a deep breath at the moment. But yeah, I don't know. I'm really excited. Like I said off the top, classic old school golf course. These are my favorite ones. And we'll get on it. And before we know it, it's going to be US Open season. Torrey Pines, a crown jewel in my heart. San Diego, place for me always. So I am super hyped up for Torrey Pines. It's going to be here before we know it. The majors are going to stack. The season is really going to feel stacked. If it didn't already, it's going to get crazy. So let's get some winners. Let's go. Hope we're having fun. I'm Geoff Fienberg. Again, thanks for the support. I'm out. Another bad close. Great video, bad close.